Hello and welcome to another Pop Culture Jungle video, technically. We are joined by Justin, who's on that side. That I had it right. I had it right, and then I did it wrong.
Yeah.
Every time. Now, the day that this came out, we did a long live stream yesterday looking at the Nintendo Switch 2 and tech specking it out. And it may or may not be good because we're filming this before that day. I'm assuming it went well. If
Hopefully.
not, go watch that video, which should be in that corner. I think it's that corner. Maybe that corner. No. Well, see, you pointed to that corner, but I think it's mirrored in that corner. I don't know. It's one of the corners. Whichever corner it is, it's also down in the description. It's also the pinned first comment. Go check it out. It's a long live stream. I'm hoping it went well. You would know by now if it did.
This is coming out on Friday?
This is coming out Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, this video is coming out Friday. It is Tuesday while we're filming this. It is the normal night of the Pop Culture Jungle, which is every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Hey, come hang out with us. Just fumble around talking about everything related to pop culture. In fact, throw in comments, join the conversation. Let us know what you think. Let us know when we're wrong, because we're wrong quite often. You were trying to say something.
Yeah, we do have to mention that this is being filmed on Tuesday, June 3rd, because a lot of what we're talking about tonight is still developing, and it's going to be developing until like August. So this is still developing. Remember that.
Justin doesn't know. So first off, let me go and just come out. When it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, I personally don't go. I don't do scary. On top of that, there's a bit too much all going on at once. I'm not a people person. I don't like big crowds. And there's a lot of running people. That is not the place for me. Though I have wanted to go at least to see theatrically everything done, because that side of theme parks, I love. Justin is, I'm going to defer to as more of an expert on this field. He's not as much of an expert as other people we know.
Oh, yeah.
If we could get them in, but I don't think they would want to do a live chat like this. This seems a bit out of their character.
Speaking of him, he's actually applying and auditioning to be a scare actor this year.
Dude, that's awesome. I really hope so. If so, he's got to come on the channel. I don't care. Even if it's just to talk about it, because where I was going is, as long as they're still updating content, we will, for the next period until August, be doing a update here on the channel.
Probably once a week, I would assume.
On Tuesdays.
Oh, you know what? That reminded me.
And because I know Justin, who is a pass holder now that Universal is going.
Yes, I am.
I am going to send him, and he's going to do it because he likes to help the channel, for him to do a vlog the night he goes.
Okay.
Just because you're going to be there. Let's get some content. Let's see it. It looks like it's going to be amazing. We have ideas coming out. We actually, in the Universal video we filmed, we actually theorized what now looks to be a possible confirmation of a house coming. We're going to get into that, because I do know that information, because I do keep up on some pieces. I have.
I was also sharing it everywhere the day it was announced.
I also have hints of it around me. We have, in fact, our little helper here to assist us along the way. Oh, he does not boop if I boop if I boop his nose.
I wish.
It's very sad. If only. But yeah, I don't know where I was going to go with that, because this is on Friday.
I just need a little bit more vamping. I think I am ready to
go. Again, going back to it, join us on Tuesdays for the Pop Culture Jungle every 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the Monkey Adventures channel, where we talk about all things pop culture. Join in the conversation, join in the fun, and help us find out new things. If you ask questions, we try to answer them after every topic. We try to finish our topic we're currently on, and then we'll go into it. After that, I pass it over to Justin to see what content he has, and to see if I get to sleep tonight.
What do you mean?
Nothing's that scary. Nothing's that scary what we're talking about right now.
This is our comfort. This is our comfort franchise, George.
This is my comfort zone. We have friends. We have friends back there too.
As many of you probably have heard or assumed based on the hints that we're dropping,
kind of a little bit of a big hint.
We're gonna start here, actually. John Murdy, the creative director of Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, announced on what was that, Friday?
The 29th would have been Friday.
Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah. Announced on Thursday that he is traveling to LA.
Hold on, you broke up there. Try that again.
He's traveling to LA, which John Murdy lives in Ireland. Yeah, he does all of his writing and everything from Ireland. The funniest part is that he doesn't know what the construction updates are until he sees them online. You good?
Yeah. I didn't realize that Foxy was one over, so I'm like, wait, did Foxy fall over? So I turned around, I'm like, no, he's still there just watching.
But yeah, he announced that he was doing some traveling to LA. And he said something may happen. He can't say when or what, but as per tradition now, by the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. The past 2-3 years, every time he tweets that out, either the following day, the same day, or a couple days later, we get an HHN announcement. Okay. So he posted that. Then, the day before, the Horror Nights Twitter account and all their social medias posted this video of Static. And that's all it is. There's some words, but in all honesty, out.
Your audio is like garbage at the moment.
Oh, I bet. It's probably compressed. But yeah. They posted that the day before, and then he posted this. And then let me go back to the step. Sorry. And then we got this. It's real.
That's so exciting. It's real. So exciting.
I was at work when this happened, and I looked at my phone for one reason or another, and I saw that, and I was literally running laps in the kitchen because I was so excited.
I don't know why last year it wasn't a bigger presence. Like, that was a missed opportunity in a marketing aspect.
Yeah.
That was a missed opportunity. I'm so happy FNAF is getting the love it deserves.
Yes. It could have honestly been Scott. Maybe Scott wasn't ready. He wasn't happy with what was written. It could have been Scott.
That's true. Scott is very protective of the property.
Yeah. So it could have been Scott, I think. But yeah, it's real. That makes me so happy. Is there anything else? Nope, that was the last post. And then they say Five Nights at Freddy's is coming in a whole new way to this year's Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, in both Hollywood and Orlando. More details coming soon.
So cool. They're getting the. Oh, so that's going to be like what house was it that was copied on both coasts last year? It was or there was one it was very similar on both coasts. Was that the Weekend?
Weekend was exclusive to Hollywood. 2024. This is Hollywood. Hollywood had Quiet Place, Ghostbusters, Insidious. I think it was Insidious that both coasts had.
It was Insidious.
Chainsaw.
It was Insidious.
Weekend, Universal Monsters, Eternal Bloodline, Dead Exposure, Death Valley, which I believe that's a copy from Orlando. Monstros 2, which Monstros is always exclusive to California. And Terror Tram, Enter the Blumhouse, which Terror Trams are obviously exclusive to California.
Yeah.
Hold
on.
No,
it was Insidious.
It was Insidious?
It was Insidious. Now you said it, I remembered.
I believe, yeah. Which this lines up with the announcement from last year, sort of. June 6th, 2024 is when we got our first announcement It was also the day that tickets were released. And A Quiet Place was announced on June 6th last year, and then the next house was June 17th. Dead Exposure, Death Valley.
Okay.
So yeah, and then also to note, same time. Thank you to Five Fires, Mondo. I love you. For catching this. Jim Henson's Creature Shop also posted the same image on their Instagram as well, which means one would assume Jim Henson's has worked with Universal before, as we saw at FanFest nights.
Yeah.
They worked on Xanathar for D&D. One would assume either they're going to use the same exact sculpts from the movies, or we're getting brand new sculpts, which either way, I don't care. It's going to look good because it's Jim Henson's.
So what I'm betting they're gonna do, just because this has to be a copy and paste continuous thing every night, and there's so many more HHN nights than there are FanFest nights.
Yes.
I'm assuming they're probably going to be working more so on figures that are easily remotely controlled.
I think they're going to be puppets or suits.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be suits.
Well, no, because they made the suits for the movies too.
No, I get that. I'm just also trying to look at the logistical side of it, because that means you would have to have time those suit performers, to step off stage to cool down.
Well, that does happen. They have similar to FanFest. They have like I think it's 45-minute rotations.
Yeah, okay, so I can't speak from Universal side.
Yeah,
as I don't know Universal as much as I know Disney.
Mm-hmm.
For Disney, at least years ago, back when your grandmother worked there, that's how I got this information. It used to be for their characters, for full mascot, 30 on, and well, it was like 30 on and an hour off.
Okay.
Because of the heat.
Yeah.
And if we're talking Florida, Florida is going to have the humidity problem that they're going to need the extra time off. Unless it's all inside.
Okay. This is stepping into rumor territory here. Okay. We have some inside sources that I cannot disclose that are suggesting, I mean, obviously Orlando's is going to be in a soundstage. They are suggesting that this is going to be soundstage 15 behind Transformers, which is typically your headliner house.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I personally think FNAF is big enough to be a headliner.
Oh, no. There's no doubt about that. FNAF will definitely pull the crowds. I think the reason that I'm kind of pushed back about them being mascots is because of how bulky that is and how narrow most.
And see, I agree with that.
Are.
I agree with that.
And so I almost see them being more static figures that are controllable remotely. Because straightforward, I'm going to tell you right now. Here's one of my predictions. Okay.
Yeah.
Based on things that I've seen from, because I always go and watch and check out all the different all the different houses, because they're always fantastic. Well done, Universal. Well, your theme, usually fantastic. Some of the houses are mid. Anywho, I see straightforward for that cute little pirate right there over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be more of a like black window kind of setting with the curtain behind it. And it's just going to be straightforward, a performer on the other side with a pole for his iconic jump scare coming straight out of the window.
Oh, Foxy's going to be a puppet because there wasn't a suit of Foxy in the movie. 100% Foxy's going to be a puppet.
But that's kind of more what I'm seeing, is we're going to get more things similar to that's easily controlled by somebody backstage, just because they're so limited of when we got to see the suits. Those suits are massive.
They're huge.
Those things they had to work the sets around them. Those things were so big. I don't see, with keeping the scale looking correctly, how they could have scaled it down more.
Okay.
And so I don't see them really fitting in a house very well.
I will bring for reference.
Go for it.
We have Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
All of those are mascot types.
Yes. And I do agree. But these characters are so much skinnier and are so much smaller.
Okay.
The FNAF builds are very much bulkier. And that's why unless Jim Henson Company is really doing a full new sculpt of these to try to slim them down. But I don't know if Scott then would sign off on it because they may not look right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I get where you're coming from. And again, Killer Clowns, as dumb of a house it is, they did a good job.
What do you mean?
It's a dumb house. Don't.
I love George. You have to understand that Killer Clowns is my favorite horror movie of all time. You
And
know
I
that,
still
right?
don't understand why.
Because it's literally slapstick clown comedy, but as a horror movie. And I think it's the funniest thing in the world. There's literally a car chase where he's driving an invisible car. And they have balloon dogs that they use as bloodhounds.
Give credit where credit is due. Sharp Productions, thank you for your video.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sharp Productions is like one of my go-tos for HHN walkthroughs because he does such a great job with his walkthroughs and his pacing.
We just always make sure we give credit to.
I apologize.
And you're going to go ahead and drop for me over a middle note the link to this video, which will be linked in the description down below and the pinned comment.
Oh, I'm going to pause here. They could do something like this as well for some of them. This Jumbo is a static figure. And the actor is the human.
No, so like that again I can see. Again, I think Jim Henson Company is doing a lot of work with them because they have the sculpts, they have the figurine. I don't see it being. We may get one or two walkarounds.
Yeah.
All honesty, I almost see us getting a Freddy, and he's not even going to be in the house. He's going to be outside.
They have to do the Showtime stage.
Well, no. The Showtime stage is going to be there.
Oh, are you saying there's going to be a walk around Freddy outside?
I'm 90% sure there's got to be a walk around Freddy.
Okay, but like obviously the facade is going to be the front of the pizzeria.
Obvious. Well, stage 15. Stage 15 is the stage where D&D was at, wasn't it?
Correct.
So outside, I don't think there's going to be a facade.
No.
I think your facade is going to be inside.
Here, let me pull up for you the.
I think it's going to be once you go in that first room is where your facade is going to be. And so I don't. So him being outside still works. Hold on.
Yeah. Did you see it?
What,
dude?
No. Yeah. But no.
Credit to Theme Parks HGD for that one.
Hold on. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it now. I need a second.
Okay.
Let
me try to find the let me pull this down while we're searching. Let me try to find the
Okay. I'm ready. I need where did the screen come from? You go away. I don't need you right now. Computer, chill out. And tell this to share this screen. And you're gonna recognize this screen. Universal Pictures, thank you. So, obviously, I'm wondering, because we now have more confirmation, or at least what we assume is confirmation. This is FNAF Fest.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, are we not going to the pizzeria? Are we going to FanFest? Are we going to the FNAF Fest or the Fast Fest instead?
Okay.
To kind of like help cross promote the movie. and then it makes more sense for what we're getting ideas of. And this movie is showing a lot more smaller spaces, which work better for a house than the original movie did.
Okay. I'm going to counter that.
Absolutely. I love,
Wait.
I love a good debate.
Oh, I have to remember what year it is though. Because they've done something similar to that before.
Okay.
And you won't really get it. I think it's this one. Let me just confirm it. I'm pretty certain it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. Okay. Let me just confirm something real fast.
I already know who our main big scare is going to be towards the end.
I'm sorry, what was that? I think I cut out.
I already know who our main big scare is going to be.
Oh, it's gonna be Springtrap, obviously, because I mean, just looking at this this is the movie. This is the movie sign.
It is. But let me pull up on my side over here. Not that we need to show it again. So it is. That is the first movie sign.
Yeah.
So maybe we are sticking with the first one then.
Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I honestly think you could be onto something here.
Okay.
Because in the past, this isn't necessarily shout out to Theme Park HD again. This isn't necessarily the same case.
Yeah.
But in 2019, we had a Stranger Things 2 house, right?
Okay.
Which all the way through till you get to this hallway, which then you go into one room that is Stranger Things 3. And it is in the middle of Stranger Things 3. So it's not something unheard of to do something. I can see them doing that as a like final room, as like a little tease for FNAF 2.
Okay. Or we just go ahead and we just do as our tease for it. We just have Freddy outside as Fan Fest outside, and then we go back into the original Pizza Plex.
That is also a possibility.
Yeah.
I honestly, at the same time though, I don't think Scott would want to do something like that.
Either way, I still straightforward for a marketing purpose. Not even talking just like Halloween Horror Nights and such, just a marketing thought. Freddy has to be out and about to meet people.
Oh, you're saying like a meet and greet?
I'm saying he needs to be out there not as the scary Freddy, and that's why I have the more FanFest thought.
I see.
He has to be out there for the photos and such, because that's going to hit marketing super hard, and that's going to cross promote both Horror Nights on the park side and the movie.
I see.
Well, both movies.
Yeah.
So I still see one way or another that Freddy, and it only needs to be Freddy. We don't have to go and do a full one for all of them, but Freddy needs to be outside available.
I see what you're saying.
And Halloween Horror Nights has done in the past a couple characters like Megan last year, where they're accessible to guests and they're still interactive with guests, but they're not there to scare guests.
Yeah.
They're there as a marketing technique. Blumhouse is too smart not to do this. Universal's too smart not to do this. Scott's too smart not to do this. Because also, if that's August, that's also in time for the Mimic. So
yes,
we're doing so much cross promotion. Freddy has to be available for photos.
This is a huge year for FNAF.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So now we're moving on into even more speculation territory. So if you would like to not be spoiled, go ahead and exit out of the video here. Thank you very much for your time. but we are going to talk into speculations that,
On your way
according to
out, be sure to
rumors,
like the video.
according to more rumors, seem to be more and more true, and from what we're seeing in the parks, seem to be more and more true. So,
Yes. And part of this is and going back to that Hollywood video that we talked about earlier, this was part of the speculations that I believe made it to the final cut.
for
I
what?
believe it did. We were already speculating on some of the houses.
Oh yeah.
So they should have been in that. And we're gonna
Oh,
jump
when we were at. Oh yeah. Okay.
No, when I went on my own. What?
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, here we are. This is our speculation map. Now these, we know. Well, actually, we don't know anything. I was gonna say we know now that. Oh, never mind. They got this right. If that's true, they got that right. If that's true, we'll see.
The scare zones are still pretty much the same spots that they usually are.
The scare zones are
in the
same area as they usually are. Correct, because there's not really anywhere else that can put them safely.
Yeah, because because you have too many houses down on the lower level.
Exactly, down here, there's too much foot traffic to put one down here, in my opinion.
Yeah, and going over by Terror Tram makes no sense either.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they have for H1, which is right here. That would be where Star Trek was for FanFest, George.
I was gonna.
They're putting. Go ahead.
That's what I kind of pieced together because from what I remember.
They're saying that the Legacy of Voorhees, a Friday the 13th house, is going to be here, which I believe is a franchise first.
Yeah, because Friday the 13th is such an old franchise at this point. That's it's still popular. It's just that's surprising.
The reason why is because the rights to Jason and the franchise as a whole were split up between like 6-7 different partners.
That makes sense.
Up until like last year, where one solo entity bought them all out, and now they own 100% of the rights to Jason, which is really good because we're gonna get more content then. Which this would be the like first piece of content for that, if this is true. House 2 is Monstros Isla de los. I'm not gonna even try to. I'm sorry. Isle of the Dolls, I believe is what that says. That's in the
That's
courtyard.
creepy.
It's a Parisian courtyard by like the Mexican restaurant where you remember where we sat down to eat.
Yeah.
And you know how there's that walkway that we sat on, and then if you're facing Minions to the left, there's like that courtyard.
Yeah.
That's where it's going.
In the courtyard?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. They do it every year.
Okay.
Crazy. And then House 3, they're listing as Fallout at the Mummy Queue. Which, in my opinion, I think some of these are going to shift around. But honestly, I'm pretty certain they have this lineup right. Because I'll show you why when we get to talking about that up here. You can't even see up there, but I have some construction updates from today. They're saying it's Fallout, which this is the TV logo. If it's TV, if it's game, if it's original, I don't care. I'm going.
It's a good concept, good bring over. I don't know if that location is. Oh, I mean, it depends on whatever they're building. I don't think it's big enough though for the franchise. That's where I'm at.
Counterpoint.
Okay. Yes, go for it.
I went through this house actually. This is my second haunt. I don't think we ever said that. This is going to be my second haunt. My first year was a terrible year to go because I didn't know what I was going into, and I had an anxiety attack. That was fine. It was 23? 22. I don't remember.
I think it was 23 you went.
Or 21. I think it was 21. I didn't go 23.
Okay.
It was 21. Thank you again to Theme Park HD. I will grab these links for you. This is the Mummy location. That's about how wide it is.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna speed this up just for
Yeah, go ahead and give us just like max speed.
Like 1.5.
Go to the slider. You can probably go to 2, just so we're not.
Sitting here
Yeah, go
forever.
all the way.
This is a short house too.
Yeah, and I think that's my problem because because Fallout's such a big, like it's not as big in this case for horror as FNAF. Like, I mean, I guess there's a lot they can do, but I feel like it's so undersized.
Oh yeah, this was the year I went because this was 2021, which it was supposed to be like super scary, and that's why everybody has masks, is because it was the first year back.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be super scary. That's why they went with like Texas Chainsaw and Exorcist.
That's right. Because everybody was also supposed to be social distanced.
Yes.
That was a pretty good jump.
Yeah. And this is my favorite part of the house right here, because you see Franklin.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I think they have plenty of space to work with here.
Yeah. Okay, we'll run with it. I'm not gonna say necessarily I'm exactly happy about it, but I'll wait. I'll hold judgment. We will do after your video.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a house review comparison. Like again, I'm only gonna be able to see from digital.
Yeah,
but we'll do a walkthrough and we'll use whatever footage we're allowed to use. I don't remember what footage you're allowed to use on a normal basis. Whatever footage we are allowed to use, we'll use and we'll talk about it then.
I will say though, as I was saying earlier, I think these are going to shift, other than Monstros and like Poltergeist and Terrifier, because we know that these houses over here are Poltergeist and Terrifier, and I'll get into that.
Well, and we pretty much know Scarecrow.
We know Scarecrow. I think
that's built out.
I think these 5 are Friday the 13th, Fallout, WWE, and FNAF. I think these could shift around. And I'll get into that.
I think FNAF is still going to stay in the big stage.
I want it
to space. It needs space.
But I'm just thinking realistically and what I'm seeing here, and I'll show you.
Okay. No, yeah.
And then Horrors of WWE going in H4, which is the Jurassic World queue.
Why?
Not a first time for the WWE, but it's first time in a long time, which that's pretty cool. Because of the overlap of wrestling fans and Horror Nights fans are actually pretty. It's a pretty big Venn diagram.
I'll give you that, but that's just, it's odd.
And there have been some like storylines that they can adapt into a house pretty well and pretty easily, that have released in that time. And then obviously we have FNAF, and they're saying that's going to go in Soundstage 15.
Yeah.
Scarecrow the Reaping going T-pad behind Soundstage 15. That's up here, which you should have saw in our FanFest video. I believe we talked about it on camera. I don't know if we did.
But it's clearly being built.
We know that's Scarecrow the Reaping. Like, there's no doubt in our mind. Poltergeist and Terrifier up here in Curious George lot, which we know that this is Poltergeist, and we're like 90% sure that it's Terrifier. I will try to show you. And Terror Tram, Horrors of Blumhouse 2 on the Terror Tram. That
was Blumhouse part of the Terror Tram last year? I thought Blumhouse wasn't.
It was last year. It was like a compilation of Blumhouse films. So it was like Megan, it was Black Phone, it was Purge.
That's right. I think it was in Florida that Megan was just like, there was a scare zone for Blumhouse.
I think Megan had a scare zone in Florida.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
You're right. I believe you're right. This is currently being disputed by other rumors, though, that I'm personally excited for, and we talked about it earlier in the show.
Okay.
There are rumors from the same source that Killer Clowns are going into the Terror Tram this year. I sure hope so.
All honesty, do you want to know something?
What's up?
For how often Universal uses Killer Clowns, it would not surprise me at this point.
Yeah.
Killer Clowns get a house on either coast almost every year.
Well, this
It rotates on like where they go.
2018 was the first time it had a house.
Okay.
And in like 2016, 15, it had a scare zone in Orlando that I'm gonna try to find footage of right now. Because if they ship some of this stuff over to us, I think it's gonna be sick as hell.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
It's so weird having you talk so much during a video.
I know, right? Shout out to Tractions Magazine for the video. As I was saying, Orlando had a scare zone. It was 2018 that they had a scare zone. So we had the house, or it might have been 2019 that it was 2019 that Hollywood had the house, and 2018 that Orlando had the scare zone. They have like the little pop-ups with the cotton candy cocoons, and then it's gonna look to the right. They have the jumbo ice cream truck here as well.
Say, I think Killer Clowns works better as a scare zone than a house.
I agree. So
because Killer Clowns is more just funny and awkward.
Yes.
And not scare zone.
I will say that Terror Trams are essentially just a big scare zone.
No, yeah.
Oh my god, bro. That's awesome. But yeah. If that rumor's true, this would make me really happy because I love Killer Clowns. All right.
I mean, straightforward. This could also go down in Carney Town down there too. I think that's where they did a scare zone.
Jupiter's Claim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they could.
I think Killer Clowns would actually fit right in on Jupiter's Claim. Like, there's very little you'd actually have to do to make it seem like it fits.
And they have put Terror Trams through Jupiter's Claim before.
Correct.
It was the it was like some Jordan Peele one in like 2022 or something like that.
Yeah. I think it was also it wasn't last year, but I think it was like the year before they did it too.
Yeah.
They've used that set for Terror Trams quite often.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
The Purge, Dangerous Waters coming back, and then we're having a mystery show up here, or mystery entertainment.
Well, not necessarily mystery, it just hasn't been announced yet.
And then Hamikuma meet and greet. I don't know what that means. I think it's something to do with Monstros though. Okay. And that's all for the speculation. This is saying this is Orlando. Orlando. And then obviously, like, these names aren't final here.
Yeah.
These are speculated names. But yeah, that's about everything. So let's hop on over to our construction updates for today. So this is Scarecrow the Reaping. Obviously.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
Thank you again, Five Fires Mondo. I love you very much. Update on Scarecrow the Repeating. No doubt in our mind. Here, let me pull up an image of.
Well, no, it's the exact same house that we've seen before.
Yeah.
At least the exterior is. Like,
just for those...
assume that they're redoing the inside too.
Just for those who don't know. Is there one from the other side? That's so funny. I look up Scarecrow the Reaping, and like half of the images are the facade from this year. All right. There you are. I should have grab on. Oh, that's fine. It's good enough.
That's fine.
Where was I? Here. Okay. And then here's the Parisian courtyard, which is rumored to be Monstrose, which that looks like a mausoleum to me. I don't know about you.
No, yeah, I see it. So yeah, that makes sense.
Here is the mummy cube. Okay. I don't know how to zoom in more, but this right here, if I had an earlier image, it would be easier to see without the easy up right here, right?
Okay.
To me, this is one of two things. This is either a like shack, like a cabin for Friday the 13th, okay?
Okay.
Or they're waiting for an announcement, if it is Fallout, to continue building this facade because it's going to be a vault entrance.
Okay.
Because
There's a lot of speculation there on that one.
Yes, but this facade has not changed in 3 weeks.
Yeah. They're waiting for something.
Yeah.
And straightforward, so those black walls are the way they are. Those are just primed. They're ready for
Yes.
paint.
Yep.
I could see where you're thinking potentially a vault entrance.
Uh-huh.
That's all speculation. We'll have to wait on that one. Updates to come in the Pop Culture Jungle on Tuesdays at 6 p.m.
So this is one of the houses, the Curious George lot.
Yeah.
Take note of this top part right here.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like 100% no doubt, right?
Yeah, that's the structural framework for it.
Like 100%. That's terrifying.
Yeah. I would be very surprised if it's not.
And then, oh my god, I forgot they put on detailing already. But yeah, it's Poltergeist. Image is a little blurry because they have to grab it for while they're on the Terror Tram, obviously. But this is literally the house for Poltergeist.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with because I love Poltergeist. I'm trying to see if they have a comparison from last time. Here we go. So this is 2018's structure. Take note of this top piece right here, and then these slanted parts towards the front. Same thing.
Yeah.
This is 100% Poltergeist.
No, yeah. I think you're right. Well, I think everybody predicting is correct there. So.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's about all I had. Yeah, that's everything I had.
Sweet. So it looks like it's going to be potentially a pretty good year.
A pretty good year. A lot of franchises that I'm a big fan of personally. I'm very excited because this last year just watched all of the Terrifier films. I've watched Poltergeist within the last year. What else? Obviously I'm a huge fan of Fallout. I have been for years. WWE, that's been in the background for me. But yeah, I'm very excited this year to go.
Now I'm gonna ask this and push back. You don't have to answer if you don't want to answer. Okay.
Yep.
You made the comment that you had an anxiety attack last time.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to be okay this time?
If not, I'm just gonna power through it because I need to see this stuff.
That's not healthy.
I know it's not, but Freddy Fazbear.
Last time you went, did you go with friends that we talked about and such?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just try to make sure you have at least them with you, just in case.
I'm not gonna go by myself. That's lame.
No, but it is not healthy to push through that kind of stuff. If you're going to, just make sure you take breaks.
Yeah.
No, but the houses look cool. Or the concepts look cool. But F is my biggest thing. Like, if I were to do this kind of stuff, that would be what would pull me. Because I still don't understand Fallout in the idea of horror. Like, there's some scary sections in Fallout, but I don't consider Fallout horror.
I think they can capitalize on
WWE,
it.
I'm just like, why? I mean,
Fair.
we're not going to get into that. We're not
Look at the weekend though. Look at the weekend though. And going in,
no. Where I was going was depending on who they were more emulating. I mean, it could sway me real fast.
it's just the Rock and Vince McMahon like CEO decisions house.
Well, no, they don't have to put anybody in there. They got John Cena right there all throughout the house. You just can't see him.
Him. Just gonna let you into a little courtyard, and they're gonna say John Cena's in there with a knife, but you can't see him.
You can't see him. Escape John Cena. You'll never know when he's coming. Anywho, you made this part of the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment what house you're excited for, and what house we should try to do a deeper analysis of and theory of.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
We can start to try to break that down. And go watch the Universal video.
The FanFest video?
We'll tag that at the end of this because that's the first time that I went back to Universal in, did we say 25 years? 20 years? 20 years, I think it was.
Closer to 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. But be sure to like, subscribe. Until next time, see you later.
Bye.